So the first piece of home gym equipment that I purchased was not a rack. And it wasn't dumbbells, it wasn't even a barbell. The first piece of home gym equipment that I purchased was...
Get the fuck up! Simon says, get the fuck up! Throw your hands in the sky!
Jack asks how to prioritize home gym equipment. So it sounds like he's in the process of building a home gym. My answer for this is going to be different than what you really would expect, because the first thing with a home gym is you don't want it just to be a fucking treadmill. You know, you don't want to make this investment in a gym and never use it. Let me just get to the point. You're already training someplace else now. So the way I went about creating a home gym when I first started putting the gym together was I knew what things I could do at the gym. And I was training at Westside at the time, so we had basically everything that I needed to have. What I didn't want to do was to drive, the 30, 40 minutes to be able to do extra workouts, which I did pretty frequently. And that included things such as sled dragging, glute ham raises, reverse hypers, some lat work, and those items. So the first piece of home gym equipment that I purchased was not a rack. And it wasn't dumbbells, it wasn't even a barbell. The first piece of home gym equipment that I purchased was a glute ham raise because the hamstrings were my weakest point. I had a sled. So I guess the first piece was a sled, but somebody gave me a sled, so I really don't consider that. So it was a glute ham. That way I was able to do the glute ham raises 8 times per week, and I didn't have to run all the way back in just to do that. The second piece I got was a reverse hyper. The rack fell later down the line, and I really didn't even use it that much because all that work was being done in the gym. So when people are putting together a home gym and they're currently already training someplace that they're satisfied with, and they don't want to dump everything out there at once. If you want to dump everything out there at once, what you should get would be a completely different answer. I'm not interpreting that question as being that, because you asked the priority of this. So the priority of this needs to be based upon your training needs, not your gym needs or your personal home gym needs, your training needs. So what things are you not able to do in the gym now that you would like to be able to do would be the first question I'd be asking. The second question I would be asking, what things would you like to be able to do as extra workouts on other days? The third question I would be, are you doing training sessions now as extra workouts? Say you're going in the gym just to do lat work. That if you had, a lat machine with a cable low row, you wouldn't have to make that trip in there anymore. It could all be done at home. So those would be the 3 questions I would ask as far as priority goes, because those 3 are going to advance you as a lifter. That's the most important thing, is to advance you as a lifter if that's what you're in this for, is to be a stronger lifter. If you're in it just to get out of the gym because you're sick of the fucking commercial gym and you want to start your own gym, most definitely, yes, a rack is going to be first, a barbell, plates, the basics. That's simple. There's tons of articles on that. You don't even need to ask that. You know that. So you asked about the priorities. That's how I personally addressed it, and that's how I would have any other lifter address it who would be in the same position. So it's a little bit different answer than I think that you were expecting, but I'm not going to sit here and bullshit somebody. I'd rather have you make the progress that you want to make, and in turn, later down the line, you will have the whole gym in your house, but let's worry about making progress all the way through and being able to do it on the budget that you can work within, instead of just blowing your nut and maybe finding out that you're not getting the training at home that you really wish you would have and that you would have stayed in the gym. Now, if you want to go in that direction of how to build, a perfect home gym, you can click on the link below or search the article on ELITEFTS.com by Ken Wetham on how to develop the perfect home gym, to where Ken goes into great detail about that. The best specific thing for a beginner or a novice to do is just something like, Dave, you got like 6 weeks of glycogen in your system right now. So I kind of knew it was going to be a long